As I mentioned at the beginning, this year, the partnership has decided to invest in a long-term strategic planning process. And this process is meant to help prioritize the investment of partners and target our collective action towards those interventions that partners feel will accelerate the vision towards educational equity. And as part of this process, the governing bodies have selected a steering committee, of which you all are members. So I just wanted to ask you, can you please share with the partners why you chose to participate in the strategic planning committee and what you hope the partnership does differently as a result of this investment? And if we can go ahead and get started with Anna, and then Monica, and then Chandra.
Thanks, Jackie. I think personally, having been invited to join the strategic planning process was just a great opportunity, I think, to be a part of a group that is going to focus on some long-term planning, some long-term goals. I think we all represent different parts of the continuum, and I think selfishly, I think that the strategic planning process will give me a bird's eye view of exactly how those pieces fit together, and how we can, through the strategic plan, ensure that continuum is an active and dynamic and powerful continuum, which is doing work always to make sure that there is equity and support across the continuum. And I think that just the notion of strategic planning is also an opportunity to clarify in many ways what our highest and best use of our resources and the talent that exists among the group. And it really does help then to allocate resources going forward in terms of funding, in terms of staffing, and in terms of focus. And so I'm just really delighted and I feel honored to be part of the strategic planning process.
So why did I choose to participate? I was personally invited and nominated. And, for me at the beginning, I was just a little nervous. I was like, there's no way that I'm on the same level as all these amazing people who've been doing this work for many, many years. I'm pretty new to this. I'm pretty new to, Marin Promise Partnership. But it was, in the end, I think that just, my lived experience, growing up in Marin, in underserved, a family dynamic, and, growing up, going through the school system, and having the school system fail me by, instead of really wanting to understand my situation and really help, they, sent me off to a continuation high school. So having that experience really drives my passion to really want to, have some impact on equity and change in this educational system. And also just being a parent and just having all those different hats that I wear, I feel like I have some, significant and meaningful contributions that I could make to this committee and to this work. And what is my hope for the partnership to do differently? I think that really placing a really high importance and power and the voice of the Youth and Family Council and just the people that are really directly impacted by all the different inequities in the school system and just in society in general, and really using that to steer the decisions and actions and clear action items going forward. I think that's a huge I guess wish that I have for the partnership and the steering committee.
At Community Action Marin, we employ over 225 people, and 75% of our staff work in children and family services, specifically dedicated to early childhood education. that is a large part of my impetus for participation in the partnership, because I want to help ensure that the silos of ECE and K-12 are broken down. As Anna, you mentioned, the teacher of color pipeline work is incredibly important. We want to ensure that our students are seeing in their teachers people who look like them, people who have had similar experiences to them, that our students feel a sense of resonance with the shoes that their teachers have walked in, and vice versa. And I employ in those 75% of my staff who work in ECE, primarily women of color. And so when you look at the importance of recognizing the diversity and the beauty of that diversity that we have, and seeking belonging as an outcome, Monica, you mentioned feeling a sense of community, a sense of I am part of this system, not a marginalized group, not somebody over there that they're bringing in to tack on to, sort of what the status quo is and what's centered already. We want to increase the ability for students and teachers to share a sense of belonging and community. And so my commitment to being part of this strategic planning effort is truly, again, to break down those silos, to ensure that there are pathways toward, if you're an ECE educator, you can have access to and be part of the K-12 system if that's your career trajectory desire, and you can be supported in doing that. And our system isn't configured right now to support folks in making that career choice. And I think we have incredible opportunity to listen to our staff at my agency and beyond, to listen to our community and to say, what are the possibilities that you see for yourself, and how do we support you in getting there? And that would be a profound shift for us. So that's part of why I'm here. And that's part of what I certainly hope that the partnership embraces in its work going forward, that we can really think collectively about and listen to through this process as it's structured, the voices of the people who are most directly impacted by the inequities, to help them get to their hopes, their dreams, their aspirations for themselves and their children.